Attention passionate New York Giants fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on New York Giants' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true New York Giants fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and New York Giants fans. Let's get to the news in what could be one of the most shocking and potentially game-changing moves of the NFL offseason. Reports are swirling that the New York Giants are considering a blockbuster trade that could reshape their defensive front and significantly boost their Super Bowl aspirations. The buzz is centered around Myles Garrett, the dominant edge rusher from the Cleveland Browns, potentially heading to the Big Apple in exchange for a first-round pick in the 2026 NFL Draft. This kind of move would send shockwaves through the league and could give the Giants that elite pass-rushing presence they've been desperately seeking for years. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. Myles Garrett, the guy is a freak of nature. He's been recognized as one of the league's most feared pass rushers, consistently making life miserable for quarterbacks across the NFL. Right now, the Browns are in a bit of a rebuild mode, sitting at 2-7 and struggling to find consistency on both sides of the ball. The team has been prioritizing their cap space, freeing up around $15 million and focusing on their young quarterback, but Garrett's future in Cleveland looks uncertain, especially with the team's recent struggles and their cap situation. Sources close to ESPN's Adam Schefter have indicated that the Browns are entertaining offers, and the Giants, with their increasingly aggressive approach to building a championship-caliber team, are in the mix. The Giants are sitting on roughly $5 million in cap space, which, given the current NFL landscape, isn't a lot but enough to facilitate such a high-stakes trade, especially if Cleveland is willing to part ways with Garrett for the right price. The Browns, after allowing 211 points in just 9 games, seem to be prioritizing their rebuild, and Garrett's value as a game-changing pass rusher might be too tempting to pass up, especially if they get a first-round pick in 2026 in return, which could be a cornerstone for their future. Let's talk about what Garrett could bring to the Giants. The guy is a true game wrecker. Currently, he's on pace for a top-tier season, with 11 sacks, 20 quarterback hits, and a PFF grade of 93.2, which ranks him among the best at his position. His stats aren't just impressive, they're game-altering. Garrett's ability to generate pressure, averaging around 25% pressure rate, combined with his elite ability to sack the quarterback and force turnovers, would immediately elevate the Giants' pass rush. Imagine a defense where Garrett and Kayvon Thibodeaux are wreaking havoc together, consistently forcing mistakes and creating turnovers. That kind of pressure can change the complexion of games, open up opportunities for the secondary, and give the Giants' offense more chances to control the clock and score. The potential impact of Garrett in New York is enormous. His projection for the Giants would be around 20 sacks, which would be a huge boost compared to their current production. His presence alone could lead to a 29.4% reduction in opponent points per game, dropping from roughly 24 points down to around 17. That's a game changer. Plus, his ability to generate pressure would force opposing quarterbacks into hurried throws, leading to more turnovers and defensive stops. The Giants would see a significant rise in their turnover margin, and the defense as a whole would become much more disruptive. It's not just about sacks. Garrett's pressure stats and his ability to collapse the pocket would make life miserable for opposing offenses, especially in high-stakes moments like third downs and red zone situations. Moreover, Garrett's presence would be a massive boost for the Giants' defense, which has been somewhat inconsistent this season. Their current edge rusher, Kayvon Thibodeaux, has shown flashes of brilliance, but needs that complementary force to truly reach his potential. Garrett could be that piece, allowing Thibodeaux to focus on specific matchups and exploit one-on-one opportunities. And with the Giants' secondary still developing, having a pass rush that can get to the quarterback quickly would take a lot of pressure off them, allowing the defense to be more aggressive and opportunistic. From a strategic standpoint, adding Garrett would give the Giants a versatile weapon. They could line him up on the outside, often double-teaming him to neutralize his impact, but that would open up opportunities for Thibodeaux and others. His ability to generate pressure isn't just about sacks. Garrett also excels at collapsing the pocket, forcing quarterbacks into hurried throws that lead to incompletions and turnovers. His impact on the game would be felt across the field, elevating the entire defense and making the Giants more competitive against the league's best offenses. Now, what about the offense? Well, in one sense, the defense directly influences the offense's success. By improving their ability to get off the field quickly and forcing turnovers, the Giants' offense would have more opportunities to score. Additionally, Garrett's presence could open up the play calling, giving the offensive coordinator more flexibility, knowing that the defense is much more formidable. It's the kind of move that could help the Giants turn close games into wins, especially late in the season when every possession matters. Of course, acquiring a player of Garrett's caliber isn't without its challenges. Cleveland's skepticism about trading such a talent is understandable. They're in the middle of a rebuild and might see Garrett as a cornerstone piece for their future, especially if they're looking to rebuild around their young quarterback and build a dominant defense. But the Browns are also aware of Garrett's value. He's a former Defensive Player of the Year, after all, and might be asking for a premium. A first-round pick in 2026 certainly fits that bill, but the Giants might need to include additional assets or draft picks to seal the deal. Still, the potential reward is enormous. Imagine the impact on the NFC East, with the Giants suddenly transforming into a much more intimidating team. Their odds of making a deep playoff run would skyrocket with Garrett anchoring the pass rush. The Giants' odds to win the Super Bowl, which currently sit at astronomical plus 50-0, could improve significantly, perhaps to plus 18-0 or better, if this move materializes. Garrett's ability to dominate the trenches would make the Giants a serious threat, especially if he can stay healthy and continue to produce at his current elite level. In the bigger picture, this trade could signal a shift in the Giants' strategy. They're not just building a team for this season, but positioning themselves for sustained success. Bringing in Garrett would send a message that they're all in on competing now, and that they're willing to make bold moves to accelerate their window of contention. It's a bold statement, and for the Giants faithful, it's a move that could make this offseason one of the most exciting in recent franchise history. In conclusion, the potential acquisition of Myles Garrett by the Giants isn't just a rumor, it's a game changer. If it happens, it would elevate this team to new heights and give them a real shot at contending deep into the postseason. The Giants have been building steadily, with promising young players and a solid foundation, but adding a player like Garrett could be that missing piece that puts them over the top. It's a move that would energize the fan base, shake up the NFC East, and remind everyone that the Giants are back in the big leagues, ready to fight for Super Bowl glory once again. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest New York Giants news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, New York Giants fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Do you think acquiring Myles Garrett is the move that could finally take this team to the next level? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Giants. Remember, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Giants news. Let's keep the passion alive and continue supporting our team because the best is yet to come.